Hi everyone, 'tis the season. Larry Satchwell here. Day 2 of Christmas build. I'm building 11 Mancala boards for the grandkids, even the toddlers. I know they're too young to play, but I'm looking at this as a hand-me-down that they're going to be playing for hopefully generations. I've got 11 here. I've spent yesterday jointing and planing all of these boards. They're going to have to be planed again, but they're all jointed. I spent the morning getting 11 boards together. So they're going to be striped. Every board contains some of great-grandpa's cherry. That's Karen's grandfather's cherry, or what I call Karen's oak tree. We had an oak tree hit by lightning back up in the woods years ago, and I had a saw come out and we cut it up. There's very little of that left. There's only going to be very small scraps of this, but I really dug deep yesterday and found all of the boards I could manage, and so today I'll start gluing those up. When they're all glued up, I'll show you what we do next. This is a long project. It's going to take several days. Well, the boards have been jointed and planed. They're all down to 3/4 of an inch. And I've just laid out my master here. This isn't the greatest plywood in the world, so I'm going to double this up and try to prevent blowout. I looked at making the holes 2 1/8, and decided to go with 2 because I'm very concerned when I put the hinges on here that I'm not going to have enough meat to go into the end grain. It's not really very strong to drill into, to put a screw into the end grain, and I don't want these things falling apart. So I've got 2-inch holes. There's 3/4 of an inch between them. I've allowed for 1/8 of an inch on my saw blade to cut them in half, and I haven't even measured the overall length of these. Right now they're 24.5 inches. And I think I could probably cut them down 1/4 of an inch on each side to make it 24, but I've made the boards extra long so that I think I'll just leave it like this. I like this cut layout. I want to make sure that the holes are deep enough for my box cord that the stones will stay in here as they fold it over. So the next thing to do is to drill it out. Well, I wasn't satisfied with the circles, so what I've done is offset. I'm going to make these a little bit oval. I've offset my 2 jigs here by 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to carve out this side, and then I will move the jigs over to reveal 1/8 of an inch on this side. This is going really well. I'm really happy. I've got my, this is a big router. I've had this a long time. Big Porter cable, 3.5 horsepower. I've got it set on 1900 RPMs. I'm using a white side 3/4 inch coring bit. And here's what I've been doing. Trying to find the best part of the wood. I've got 3 pieces of 1-inch double-sided tape, and this stuff is really good, but I don't fully trust it. There's a couple of things that could go wrong that I've been checking for. The router bit could drop out. I've really cranked down on it. It might be hard to get out. My depth stop on my router, this thing could move, so I check that every once in a while. And after the first one, I decided to go ahead and hog out some of the wood with a Forstner bit. I've got so many of these to do, I don't want to compromise the router bit and keep it as sharp as I possibly can. So I set this on here as if this is the same width as all the pieces. And so I make it flush. And once I'm happy with that, I use a clamp to crank down on the tape. That really sets that tape up. Turn on my work light, transfer the clamp to here, and to here, and put on all my safety gear. And crank it up. Well, here I am. It was really scary cutting these things in half. I'd spent so much time sanding. I'm seriously hours and hours of sanding. And I'm not happy with every one of them. There's still some swirl marks, but I've done the best job I can. It's just a matter of chiseling out. So I've got the hinges to put on, and the latches I'm not happy with, so I've ordered some more. Hopefully they'll be here before Christmas. So progress, progress, wrong hammer, progress. So once I have a good fit, I'm using, what is this, 3mm screws, about a 1/2 inch long. And this centering bit, I don't remember what it's called. Just like on my finger jointed boxes, a little dab of paste wax in each hole. I was a little concerned about this, the screws going into ingrain, but they feel like they're really grabbing well. So as soon as get all these hinges on, I will be putting a tung oil finish. And that's when they really come to life. Well, I'm down to almost finished. I'm going over every board, making sure I'm putting my initials in here, making sure that it's sanded everywhere it needs to be. Some wax got from the screws got on, like right here, got onto the wood. That will impede the finish, so I've got to work, make sure I've sanded that off. Going over these corners. This is 180. I mean, this is 120, and then I've got 220. There are some flaws, especially in this cherry that I've filled in with CA glue. There's one right here I'm not going to bother to fill in, but I'm about halfway finished. The next thing I'll do is put the finish on. These are going to get a tung oil finish, and this is always a scary part because it reveals all the scratches, but it's also the most rewarding part because it just brings out this wood. So I'm going to apply it to all, let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, which is about what time it's going to take me to coat all of these. I think I should start on the inside. And then come back and wipe them off with a lint-free cloth. This is where, for me, the magic happens. I like using tung oil because it's a refinished finish that you can apply on over the top in a few years if these things become a little bit dull. Wow. I don't know if the camera could even pick that up, but that is just gorgeous. Doing this, reflecting back on every process I went through. This is like day 7 in the process. The only thing left to do after this is to put the latches on and fill them full of glass gems. Well, grandkids, here they are. Haley, Abby, Ethan, Peyton, Libby, Ian, Kate, Eli, Julia, Jacob, and Killian. That's it for playing Santa Claus for the grandkids this year. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.